Y'all best bet is be like, hey, bro, drop that with Jack, bro. I ain't laying down. Like, I'm gonna get back even if I get life. Trust me.
I done told y'all. I done told y'all I fucked with them. I done told y'all I did meth for. Told me like the fuck, bro. I ain't in this shit, bro. I ain't around no cocaine or put this.
Kodak, Black, and Jack Boy's beef has already taken a tragic turn. One innocent woman lost her life, and now it looks like things are getting even darker. Rumors are exploding online, claiming Jack Boy might have sent shooters after his old friend. 2 men got shot in Kodak's own hood, and today we're diving deep into why fans believe Jack Boy might have had something to do with that October 2025 hit.
What's your favorite fast food?
Jack in a box.
Hell yeah. What's your go-to from there?
Just Jack in a box.
Oh shit.
Jack in a box. Jack in a box? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like guys.
Deputies from the Broward County Sheriff's Office rolled up to the 1600 block of Northwest 10th Circle in Pompano Beach, a spot known for chaos. They found 2 men lying on the ground, both hit, and rushed them to the hospital. But one didn't make it. Before the cops could get any clues, the shooter had already vanished like a ghost. No witnesses, no shell casings, nothing but silence and sirens in the air. Florida's full of wild neighborhoods where people don't hesitate to pull the trigger, but Pompano Beach hits different. That's Kodak Black's home turf. That's exactly why fans started connecting Jack Boy's name to the scene.
Celebrating that a crackhead went to the White House. Fuck you.
Right after the shooting, Jack Boy jumped on Instagram with something that got everybody talking. He shared a news clip about the incident saying, even though y'all don't like me, it's sad to see y'all boys keep dying every other week. Go get y'all CDL license. I got trucks, I'm gonna put y'all on. Then he dropped another IG story that had fans shook. He played Kodak's track Before I Go, where Kodak raps, everybody gonna die before I go, and used it to send a cold message straight to Yak and his crew. It sounded like Jack Boy was warning them that he wasn't the one to mess with. But here's the thing. Even with all the online drama and subliminals,
He try to blackball me. Now you're smoking crack.
there's still no solid proof that Jack Boy had anything to do with the Pompano Beach shooting. It's all talk for now, but the streets are definitely whispering. Jack Boy made it clear he wasn't backing down. He said he'd rather sit in prison for life than ever make peace with Kodak Black. That's a bold statement that shook the whole fan base. Kodak didn't clap back right away, but when he hopped on stream with a dude named Neon, things got dark fast. Yak threw some serious shade, saying straight up that he wanted to see Jack Boy gone for good. Fans couldn't believe it. The tension between them had already hit deadly levels, and now Kodak was talking wild on live stream. People online started saying Yak had lost it. Fans were posting things like, cops already think someone tried to kill Jack Boy just for clout off Kodak. And now Kodak's talking like that in public? That only made everything messier. The situation got even crazier when people remembered what went down back in 2023. Jack Boy had a show out in Sanford, Florida, and after the concert, he and his team hopped into their Sprinter van to dip out. But waiting outside were 6 cars full of shooters ready to ambush. Only thing is, they hit the wrong van. Instead of Jack Boy's crew, they ended up spraying bullets into a van full of innocent women just cruising nearby. That tragic mistake turned the whole situation into something way bigger. Now people weren't just talking beef, they were talking murder. The shooters opened fire on the van, thinking Jack Boy was inside. But they were dead wrong. Instead of hitting Jack, they ended up shooting 6 innocent women who had nothing to do with the drama. One of them, a young woman named Princess Tolliver, lost her life, while 5 of her friends were seriously injured. They weren't even at Jack Boy's concert. They were just trying to get home after a regular night out.
I mean, I
He
don't
can't come in my hood and dap nobody up. Nobody.
You don't think?
For what? Nobody. For
I feel like if Kodak goes to Brooklyn tomorrow, he's good.
maybe
he's
Brooklyn,
gonna be
but
celebrated.
he can't come to Bed-Stuy and chill. I wouldn't even. None of my friends wouldn't approve of that.
It was heartbreaking and senseless. Not long after, police moved fast and arrested 13 men who were allegedly part of a Crip set from Seminole County known as On Top Forever, OTF. Kodak never got hit with any charges, but investigators claimed that the OTF crew had been watching the beef between Jack Boy and Kodak play out online and tried to insert themselves into it for clout. They thought taking out Jack Boy would earn them respect in the streets, but all it did was destroy lives. Shootings outside rap concerts happen way too often, but in this case, it was clear someone really wanted Jack Boy gone. Not long after that, rumors spread that someone tried to ambush him again, this time right outside his own crib in a gated community. Word on the street was that Jack Boy's brother got hit in the chaos and had to be airlifted to the hospital by helicopter. But when the smoke cleared, Jack Boy jumped on IG Live laughing, clowning the shooters for missing him. He acted like he couldn't be touched. After that, things cooled down for a bit, at least on the surface. The beef went quiet after Jack Boy's fans got hit up in 2024, but it didn't stay that way for long. In January 2025, Jack Boy stirred things up again when he spotted one of Kodak's custom Jeeps out in public. He snapped a photo with it and posted it online, basically saying, "I can reach you anytime." That was a bold move. But Kodak clapped back almost immediately. He went online the very next day saying he wasn't worried because Jack Boy didn't even touch the Jeep.
I'm being a fucking mess. I tried it though.
The message was clear. Yak wasn't backing down from anything. Yak kept it moving, and a few weeks later, he even pulled up to the White House, a major flex for a rapper who came straight out of the streets. It was a big moment that showed just how far he'd come after doing time and turning his life around. But instead of giving him props, Jack Boy jumped online and started clowning him hard, calling him a crackhead and saying the fame had gone straight to his head. Jack Boy's been on that wave for a while, constantly calling Yak a junkie and saying Kodak blackballed him in the industry before losing control himself. It wasn't just talk, though. A lot of people started thinking something was really off with Kodak, too. In 2023, Yak went viral for a Wild Drink Champs interview where he looked completely out of it, and fans couldn't stop talking about how strange he was acting. Then things took another turn when he got arrested for cocaine possession just a couple months later. But Yak hopped online fast to clear it up. He told fans he wasn't on coke, he was just sipping lean when he got caught up. Even though Kodak said the cocaine charge was fake, he didn't exactly help his case when he later admitted on live that he'd smoked meth before, saying, "I done told y'all, I done cocaine."
So go grind CDL. That shit, hey, yeah, driving, yeah, boy, that boy be driving for 4 days. Boy, that boy never go to sleep, boy.
He quickly added that he wasn't a junkie, but the internet wasn't buying it. Then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any crazier, Yak made headlines again, this time for throwing rocks at a reporter. The man's been spiraling in public, and every move he makes just keeps adding more chaos to his story. When a reporter tried to ask Yak a few questions, he completely lost it. That's when the rock-throwing incident went down. But the chaos didn't stop there. By May 2025, Kodak dropped a wild freestyle on The Radar, flexing hard in his bars. He rapped, "Still dropped bodies and albums, count 'em. Got a Phantom and a Lambo, 2 mansions and a Chevy. Tell them kids I ain't they stepdaddy, young dude with a meth habit, still flashy." That line had fans losing it. Everyone was wondering if Yak was joking or really confessing to his demons on the mic. Then in October 2025, Kodak went live again and tried to clear things up. He told fans he wasn't tweaking off meth, but he admitted he'd tried it before. "I tried it though," he said during the same live session, and that's when Jack Boy jumped in, calling Yak a crackhead once again. But this time, Jack Boy took things even further. He said he had flown all the way to Haiti to meet with a woo lady, and that's why Kodak had been falling off. For anyone who doesn't know, woo ladies are women who practice voodoo, and Jack Boy was basically claiming he used that spiritual energy to come after Yak. That hit deep because Kodak's father is from Haiti, and Kodak himself has mentioned voodoo in his music before, especially in his track Voodoo with Future, where he raps, "I pray to the angels, but the devil is stronger, wondering why I'm in hell still. Nobody's nice, nobody cares here." That bar already had dark energy, but after Jack Boy's comments, fans started connecting dots.
Little does everybody know, when I got off stream with Kodak, he was regular. I don't know where the deodorant launch person went, but he was normal. I went to the studio, everything, till like 7 a.m. Normal, regular.
Not long after, Jack Boy dropped his own track called Woo Lady, clapping back with lines like, "Ain't gotta go see no woo lady. What you think my grandma for? My granny played with voodoo, I'm good." Then he bragged, "Feel like fool made 100 off a glitch, now I own the studio. Okay, cool, let's go. Talking crazy? Better not be at that stove." It was a direct shot at Yak, loaded with spiritual shade and street energy. But Jack Boy wasn't done. He also aired Kodak out for dropping a track with 6ix9ine, which shocked everyone. Kodak had always rapped about hating snitches, so fans couldn't believe he'd link up with one of the most infamous names in the game. Yak started getting heavy backlash, but Wack 100 stepped in to defend him, saying Kodak only did the collab because he got $1 million and a Rolls Royce for the feature. Fans were split. Some called it a sellout move, others said it was just business, but either way, it had the internet on fire. Jackboy wasn't impressed by the money at all. He fired back in his raps, spitting, "Quit acting tough, you the weakest. Forget that little boy act, I know the real you. Even with $1 million, that money can't unlame you. You did a song with a rap for $1 million. No real street dude respect you. You surrounding yourself with soft people, so none of them gonna check you." The bars hit hard, and fans could feel the tension rising. But Jackboy wasn't the only one calling Kodak out for working with 6ix9ine. A man named Billy Yado, who's allegedly connected to the TR3-Way crew, also had something to say. Billy had once tried to hunt 6ix9ine down with a gun back in the day. So when Kodak dropped a track with him, it didn't sit right. Billy Yado even pulled up to the No Jumper platform and said straight up that Kodak is banned from Brooklyn. That statement sent shockwaves through social media. Nobody expected things to get that personal. Jackboy then doubled down and started clowning Kodak again in his lyrics, this time taking aim at his connection to politics. He rapped, "Stop acting like you up, go check that score, then tell him to free my friends, made $1 million, but I'll still crash. Shorty don't got no sense." Fans caught the shade immediately. Jackboy was making it clear he thought Kodak had lost touch with where he came from, and just when it seemed like he was done, Jackboy hopped on another live session and went even further. He accused Kodak of snitching when he got locked up back in 2018. According to Jack, when Kodak was sitting on the cell block, he was smoking weed and talking too much, saying things he shouldn't have. Whether that's true or not, those words added a whole new layer of heat to their feud, and the streets were buzzing. Jackboy claimed that when they were both locked up, Yak snitched on him, and that's why Kodak got moved into protective custody to keep him safe. That accusation hit hard, and Jack didn't stop there. He said Kodak's music had completely fallen off, joking that Yak should get his CDL and start driving trucks instead of dropping weak tracks. But here's the twist. Jackboy's own career started slowing down too after their beef kicked off. Back in the day, every song he dropped was racking up millions of views, but now a lot of his new releases barely crack 500,000. It was a big fall from where he used to be. Still, Jackboy tried to make some smart business moves to keep his money flowing. He bought a restaurant called Pierre Pierre out in Oakland with his homie Cliche Hill, hoping to flip it into something major. At first, people thought it was a solid move, stepping into the food game while keeping one foot in music. But behind the scenes, the restaurant was struggling. It was over a year behind on rent and close to shutting down. Then things went from bad to dangerous. On May 2nd, 2025, someone pulled up and started shooting into the restaurant. 2 people were hit and had to be rushed to the hospital, and nobody knew who was behind the trigger. Almost instantly, rumors exploded that the shooting was tied to the long-running Jackboy versus Kodak drama. Fans and locals started saying it was revenge from one side or the other, but cops never confirmed anything.
You see me in person, bro, you gonna hold your head down.
You never did no work.
Bro,
Have you ever stood out there and got in that car by yourself?
That's how I know you asked, because you got voodoo in your corner.
After the chaos, Cliche Hill started a GoFundMe to raise cash for repairs and help reopen the place. But before they could even get back on their feet, somebody came back and smashed up the windows with bricks. The whole situation turned ugly fast, forcing Jackboy and Hill to shut the place down before they could even move it to a new spot. It was clear, no matter how far Jackboy tried to move from the beef, that dark cloud was still following him everywhere. After all the chaos, Jackboy and Cliche Hill ended up getting kicked out of the restaurant by their landlord, and now they're being sued by a restaurant company for over $10,000 in unpaid rent. Things just kept spiraling downhill. At the same time, neither Jackboy nor Kodak seem to be sitting at the top of their game anymore. Both of their careers have cooled off, but there's still plenty of drama keeping their names alive. Some sources even claim that Kodak's wild behavior might just be for show, that he's not really deep into drugs like people think. A popular streamer named Zoe linked up with Yak in the studio and later said that off camera, Kodak acted totally normal. According to her, the moment the cameras turned off, he switched up, calm, focused, and nothing like the wild image he shows online. That made fans wonder if Yak's chaos is just part of his marketing game. Meanwhile, Jackboy kept taking shots, saying Yak's money was drying up, but Kodak wasn't having it. He clapped back in the flashiest way possible by dropping $800,000 on a brand new diamond piece. It was his way of saying, "I'm still rich and I'm still shining." Jackboy also threw more shade, claiming Kodak doesn't have any real street ties. But then something wild happened. One random dude went live on IG dissing Yak, saying Yak never put in any work in the streets. The next day, that same guy got caught and stomped out on camera by a group of dudes in the neighborhood. People immediately started saying Kodak had something to do with it, but there's no real proof he sent anybody. Some sources claim those guys just handled it on their own because the dude was talking reckless in their hood. Either way, the streets were buzzing again, and the line between music beef and real-life violence kept getting thinner. Beefing with Jackboy brought a storm of chaos into Kodak's life, but lately, it looks like Yak might be trying to turn a corner. He dropped a brand new track called How to Let Go, where he opens up about wanting to leave the streets behind for good. In the song, he raps, trying to find a way, doing something different, leave the street life behind without me dissing it. All this killing stuff seemed like it ain't no ending. My lil homie had big dreams. Now he a memory. That line hit fans hard. It sounded like Kodak was finally realizing how deep all this violence runs. But while Kodak's showing signs of change, Jackboy is clearly still on war mode. He's been saying that Yak started the beef, but now he's so angry that he's ready to catch a life sentence before he ever squashes it. That's a dangerous level of pride, and it's keeping the feud alive even when Kodak's trying to move differently. Since Jackboy's restaurant went under and his music hasn't been hitting like before, a lot of people think that stirring up beef is one of the few ways he can still stay in the spotlight. It's messy, but in this industry, drama keeps your name buzzing, and Jack knows it. Kodak, on the other hand, hasn't been giving Jackboy much attention lately. Instead, he's been throwing shots at NBA YoungBoy, which has created a whole new wave of tension. The funny part is, people say the original beef between Jackboy and Kodak actually started because of YoungBoy in the first place. According to reports, when Kodak was locked up, Jackboy got into it with YoungBoy's crew, and when Kodak came home, he blamed Jack for starting unnecessary drama. But the truth is, Kodak was the first one to throw shade at NBA YoungBoy online, But then in 2025, when YoungBoy dropped a new album, Kodak hopped on Instagram and called it trash, and that comment blew up instantly. Not long after, YoungBoy had a show in Miami, and Kodak made a grand entrance, literally flying in on a helicopter and throwing a yacht party right outside the venue. That was pure disrespect. To make things even wilder, rumors started spreading that NBA YoungBoy had hooked up with one of Kodak's exes, Mellow Rax, and that she later told people he gave her herpes. The whole situation turned toxic fast, and it pushed their beef from petty to personal. After all that chaos between Kodak Jackboy and NBA YoungBoy, things only got wilder. Instead of dying down, the tension kept building, both online and in the streets. By late 2025, rumors were swirling that a few of their crews had even crossed paths at events in Miami and Atlanta, and it almost went bad. Security had to break things up before fists, or worse, started flying. Kodak seemed to be caught in the middle of it all. On one hand, he's talking about peace and moving past the streets in his new music. On the other hand, he's still moving like someone with enemies everywhere. Fans started noticing that Yak was rolling with heavier security, riding in armored trucks, and barely posting his location anymore. People close to him said he wasn't taking any chances, not after everything that had gone down this year. Meanwhile, Jackboy has been doubling down on his side of the story. On a recent live, he claimed that Yak was trying to play victim while still throwing sneaky shots behind the scenes. He said, "You can't talk about peace if you're still dissing people in your songs." Fans were split. Some believed Jackboy was just reaching for attention, while others said he had a point. At the same time, NBA YoungBoy added fuel to the fire when he dropped a new diss track that fans say had bars aimed at both Kodak and Jackboy. The lyrics talked about fake love, fake thugs, and old friends turning snakes, and everyone immediately started connecting dots. Still, Kodak didn't respond directly. Instead, he posted a cryptic message on IG that said, "Can't beef with nobody that ain't feeding they family. I'm focused on peace and profit." Some thought it was growth, others thought it was shade. Now, as 2025 comes to a close, fans are wondering if this never-ending web of beefs will finally calm down, or if it's just the quiet before another storm. Kodak says he's all about elevation now, but his enemies don't seem ready to let things go. And if there's one thing the streets have shown over and over again, peace never lasts long when pride, money, and betrayal are all mixed in. So Kodak fired back with a brand new track, throwing shots once again. He rapped, "There go that man again, giving people beats." And fans instantly knew who he was talking about. But NBA YoungBoy didn't bite this time. He stayed silent. No response, no subliminals, nothing. It's looking like their tension might finally cool off, at least for now. But when it comes to Kodak and Jackboy, that's a whole different story. This isn't just a rap beef anymore. Real lives have already been lost, and Jackboy's acting like he still wants all the smoke with Yak. Nobody knows what's gonna happen next, but one thing's for sure, this feud isn't done yet. If you've been keeping up with this wild story, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. Is there still hope for peace between Kodak and Jackboy, or is it way too late for that?